poor start to the second half, and very, very poor start to the second half. And started with a questionable shot, a couple offensive turnovers, and never could regain a real offensive rhythm in the second half, and then at the end couldn't get a stop in the rebound to win the game.
How tough is it to adjust? The second half was called dramatically different than the first. How tough is it to adjust on the fly when kind of things that maybe were not controlled?
That is challenging, but both teams were in the same boat there, and we didn't have the right response competitively.
Mark, the final shot, what did you see? Did you think it was goaltending?
I thought the ball was going in the basket. I don't know who touched it first. I'll have to review the tape.
Is that, sorry for not knowing, but is that reviewable?
Yes.
Are you surprised then that
Yes.
it did not?
Very surprised.
In the first half, you guys played really well offensively. What changed in the second half? Just not executing?
I'll give Kansas State credit. Their defense was very good in the second half. And, there's not as many field goals, so we really just the line so much. Both teams were just shooting so many free throws, they shot, 17, and we shot 19 free throws in the second half alone.
Coach, can Kansas State do anything differently in the second half to force you into some more turnovers?
You know what? I thought they played super hard in the second half, and we got a couple silly offensive fouls, and just have to be more mature.
On the last possession for Kansas State, when they hit the go-ahead basket, was it a missed rotation or what happened?
Late rotation, I believe, yeah.
I think Gaines only took 4 shots in the second half. He had 9 in the first. Is that an area where you guys need to maybe go out of your way to get him some more shots? Or?
All of his shots, I thought, in the first half within offense, and in the second half, obviously as well as he played in the first half, I'm sure they talked about him at the half, and he's got to learn that he's higher on the scouting report this year, and people are going to really guard him.
What do you tell a young team about a game like this after they lost in such a crushing fashion?
You got to toughen up and compete. You got to toughen up and compete, because every game's a challenge. There's no easy games, and it's a tough lesson to learn. I thought we had some mistakes by our young people today that they'll learn from, but boy, they're costly when you look at the final score.
With Derek, was it a matter of just trying to get his feet wet out there?
He was just cleared today at a little before 2 o'clock. So I just wanted to get him, 45 seconds here and there, just to get him to relax. And so he's been out there before when we do get time to practice him and then play.
You mentioned the young guys. Do you like what you saw out of Mike down the stretch? A couple of big offensive rebounds.
He did have a couple good rebounds. Yeah.
Kenny and Charles sat a little bit in the early in the second half.
Yeah, we had a very poor start to the second half, so that's very poor. And they know better than that. And so I sat them down because they weren't playing well.
What went into the rotation of having 10 guys come in the first 5 minutes of the game?
We want to get Derek in the game very early. We want to get him very early, and we wanted to get a couple guys just a quick blow. But we just felt like we've had about 10, 11, 12 straight days, and we felt our team was a little bit fatigued, and so we didn't do much in shoot around, and so we just tried to get some guys early, looking an early break.
Do you think some of that fatigue led into foul trouble in the second half?
No, had nothing